What's up, guys, and welcome back to Planet Coaster 2. If you're enjoying this series, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. If you haven't already, it would be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we added 2 new restaurants to Toogii World, and we started working on our Canal sewer system, which is actually a lazy river, and we'll probably be working on that a bit more today, among other things. But before we do, the first thing that we need to tackle is we need to temporarily close our 2 new restaurants because they're kind of making us lose money when they should be doing the opposite. You know what I mean? And I really don't want to have to just twiddle my thumbs and wait for more money to come in, you know, so we can keep trucking on all this. That really kind of sucked last time. Also, after I finished the previous recording, I did stay on for a little while longer because there were a few glaring issues that I just really wanted to tackle. And I guess the biggest one, the one that I was most focused on, was this bridge, or I guess these bridges. So before, if you guys remember, the edge of this bridge and the other side came right up alongside our restaurant. And I just kind of thought that that was a bad look. I wasn't really happy with that whatsoever. So pretty much all I did is removed this whole path going down the whole line there. So now instead of being a 3 wide footpath, it's now just a 2 wide path. And I think even though the park is kind of small right now, in the future it should still be fine, hopefully. And then of course, since we shortened that side, I felt like we kind of had to do it over here as well, you know, symmetry and all that. Really glad that we did do that though, because it just gave us even more space for our soon-to-be Flume area, both in that grassy spot and this grassy spot. But I didn't want to make like another opening, another entrance and exit to the lazy river, because the lifeguard is already centered on this, and you guys know how I get with all of that. So instead, I added some body dryers, and we have additional body dryers now right yonder as well. So on the inside, we have toilets. I have to click on them because honestly you can't really tell them apart. And then changing rooms still in the back. Still got our staff resting facility back there. And then top side, I don't really know what I want to do up here just yet. I kind of need to keep sleeping on it. I think we could probably get rid of the toilets, the bathrooms. I definitely don't want to do more shops. We don't need more vendors up there. One of you had a good idea. Maybe we transform this into like the station for our future transport, like park transport system, whether that's going to be a gondola, a train, or whatever the other options for that are. I do think that would probably be a good spot for it, right? It's centralized. It's actually going to be in the center of all the other zones as well. I am already rambling, and we literally just started. But another suggestion that a lot of you had actually was to get rid of the ceiling lights throughout the canal and maybe replace it with like a sconce light. You know, I'm not even sure that there really are any sconces that would look good. I mean, some of these aren't bad, but they're almost too themed. You know what I'm saying? We kind of need something a bit more generic looking. I guess this might not be too bad. And it's small enough. I like the look of that. We just got to make sure that we get the height where we want it. So we're going to make the light color white. And probably the housing for it just black, I would think. We'll try that. I made this brick wall black. It's kind of giving Ministry of Magic, even though I'm pretty sure those walls are purple, unless I'm just misremembering that. More rambling, sorry. We're gonna duplicate this. Make sure that we're using the 6.5 foot grid. We'll change our grid height, of course, because we have to kind of do that every time. I promise. That's the only time I'm gonna bring it up. Oh, that's a little too high up. Let's try one bubble down from that, about a foot below it, and then we can duplicate that again. Make sure our grid isn't gonna screw us over here. We'll try this. You know, that's better. That is considerably better. Did I finish my thought, or what I was saying about the... I changed the color of these so it'll be easier to delete. I don't even know if I said all that. So, let's keep going then. And now, we'll just have to go through, delete all the black brick here. And then we should probably delete the overhead ceiling lights too, so we can just get a better feel for how the illumination is gonna look down here. I don't want it to feel too dark though. That's kind of why I went the ceiling route from the beginning. During the daytime, I don't think that looks bad at all. It's maybe a bit repetitive. We might be able to get rid of like every other. You know, do something like this. Whoops. About deleted that whole wall. Do something like that instead, so it's not as many lights, but to get a really, really good feel for it, we should probably go to like 3 or 4 a.m. Oh. I don't really love the light that it casts. Or I guess the shadows that it casts. Let me back this up. So we'll see how it looks with all of them again. It could work. It could work. I just think that it looks kind of weird. Like the light that's hitting this wall in the back looks kind of strange, in my opinion. But maybe that's just me. Maybe you guys will be into it a little bit more. I don't know. I still think that the opening up there behind the Ferris wheel is so cool, dude. Such a neat idea. Not to pat myself on the back or toot my own horn too much, but I do dig that. I'm down to go through and change it all to this. I wish I would have done this on stream so I could get like in real-time feedback about it. Now I'm gonna have to wait a whole week just to figure out whether or not you guys are down for this. It does look better than these, I will admit. It definitely does look better than the originals. Yeah, screw it, let's do it. I'm just gonna change all of them. We might as well.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Yuck, dude. Now it really looks like a sewer system. Why is it so green looking? I didn't like change the color of the water or anything on accident, did I? Maybe it's just a weird reflection, like off the ceiling. Okay, that's like lime green. Yeah, it's just a weird reflection. That's gross. That is really, really gross. Now hold on here just a minute. Connected filters to the canal, 2. But they're filtering 0 per hour.
Why? 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 Why?
I guess maybe it really is starting to turn green. Yeah, it's down 84% filtered now. I wonder, actually, let's go to utilities here. The filters are disconnected again. I don't know why that keeps happening. I swear I haven't deleted the whole building out here since the last time. Okay, power's still good. Maybe I connected power last time but forgot to reconnect the filters. We should be good though now, right? There we go, 120 per hour. Yeah, so that might have just been the game trying to tell me like, hey, it's getting gross. It looks a lot better now, all of a sudden. Alrighty. Oh, I should probably show you guys. Whoops. Should probably show you guys what it looks like under here, and then we're gonna have to change the time again. Let's do 3 a.m. I don't know why I always choose that one. Habit, I guess. Looks pretty solid. I wish there was something that we could do in the corner. I guess there probably is. I would just much rather have it be easily duplicatable, you know, like, hey yo, like all the other ones were. Put back on in here. This looks really, really nice too. Yeah, so the light that it casts, or I guess the shadow that it casts, depending on how you look at it, it's growing on me. I really wasn't too sure about that at first. But yeah, that looks solid, dude. Very good. And the pool or the lazy river does have lights in it too, so it's It's really plenty illuminated on its own, but those lights do look nice. And then I added some outside as well. Figured, why the heck not, right? Those are our only exterior lights, I'm pretty sure, in the entire park thus far, which is crazy. I mean, unless you count these lights or these lights as exterior. You know what else we need to do is add some of those ceiling lights to our main entrance gateway things. It's looking real dark up here, and maybe now's the time that we start adding like lamppost. Right, I don't know why I couldn't think of what they were called. Some of these would look really, really good in here too. I'm feeling like we probably need to take a gander at that from the big wheel. We still haven't even ridden this thing, huh? Okay, so this cabin is full. And we're at the bottom of the Ferris wheel, so we're gonna have to wait till we're up at the top. I guess if we sat in this seat, could we turn around? Not really. Let's go to the next cabin. If we were like, yeah, in the place of a teen or an adult, I think our camera height actually would go up. Because now I can see over this a lot better, but I still can't really turn around, which kind of sucks. We could try the other seats. Yeah, there we go. I like that. And it stopped us at the top. That's kind of funny. I promise that was not intentional. Did the ride just break down or something? Or maybe everyone just decided now was the time to get off? Interesting. Anyways, I think it looks really nice. Honestly, we probably should have done this like from the beginning. I don't know, maybe around the time that we finished the parking lot, we probably should have added a couple of those in. But that just looks perfect. It does a lot. It really does a lot. And then we also have some additional ceiling lights underneath our entrance archway gateway things. So I think it's time that we go back to daylight. That way we can really see what the heck we're doing. And we're going to move on to our next task for the day, which is coming up with some mildly creative stilted structure for our future flumes to sit on. Now, my only real idea that I have for this thus far is basically just using these beams, using these posts that we've been using everywhere else, and trying to create some sort of structure out of them. So I'm gonna do precisely that. I'll see you guys here in just a few minutes.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
All right, this is my first go at it. I'm not entirely sold on the design just yet. So what I want to take a look at now is how it would look duplicated and stacked on top of the other one. Let's try 3 levels. See what we think about that. I also don't really want this to be the tallest structure in Toogii World. You know, they're not going to be super scary slides. I've done that too many times before. I've sort of learned my lesson, but I don't hate this. But I'm kind of thinking like, what if we maybe, oh, well, I'm going to have to edit some of these beams because this guy's way too long. But what if we did this? Also, don't pay any attention to the black brick. We're going to be deleting all of that. It's just so we can continue to work in a grid because these other pieces don't utilize that, you know? But we could do this, shorten up these beams, like I said, and then this would be the more high up slides, right? The slightly scarier ones, and then we could have another platform maybe down here. That would mean that we would need 2 staircases, which I didn't really think about. We can't put the staircase on top of this path. It kind of defeats the whole purpose of having those archways for the lazy river. But maybe we could have a path come out from this height and connect to, you know, a smaller staircase for that lower one, and then a slightly taller one for the one that's higher up. I'm probably gonna have to mess around with it for a little while longer. I guess let's just see, what flumes do we even have? We have the body flume, the body slide, or the body slide wide. You know what? We don't even have to decide that right this second. Small platform. Shared Flume. What? That's new. I'm just gonna get a platform built, and then we'll slide it over into position. So that should be 3 wide, and then 2 deep. We'll do that. Slide this over there and just sort of see how it fits. Nope. Nope, not feeling it. I'm really not feeling that at all. Why did we even make it the full width? What we should do is like split this sucker down the middle. We could have one platform at this height. We could have another platform at this height. And then above that, up here, could be the highest platform. I'm gonna do that instead. We'll see how that looks. Wait, I'm an idiot. We can't split it down the middle, dude. It's 3 wide. That would never work unless we created a different structure. One that looks same, but different. I'll show you what I mean. Give me a sec. So we went from this to this instead. I personally prefer this design over the other just because we can actually, you know, split the Flume platforms like this. It still doesn't look great, right? But we can fix that. Like the dude from Holes, I can fix that. But I'm still not really sure how we're meant to get staircases going to each of these platforms. I guess what we could do, let's break out the path here just for a quick second. Gonna use our stamp builder and grab the grid from here. We'll undo that, place a random one just so it moves the grid over a little bit further. If we did this, that might work. I guess let's figure out if we can, oh yeah, that connected, I think. Let's figure out if we can just put an entrance. You know what, that's not gonna work. We need a Flume first, or at least just the start of one. I think that should be enough, and then if we back out of all that, we can grab our entrance. That doesn't work the way that I thought. Or wait, there used to be something, was it Alt? You could hold a keybind or something, and then it would, instead of doing a staircase, it would just be the gate up here at the top. But that doesn't appear to be working now all of a sudden. Oh, there it is. Control. You just tap control one time. And now we have the gate instead. So we could do that for that one. And then maybe we could have a staircase. I'm gonna have to place another, at least start of the Flume up on this one too, so we can test that. There it is. Okay, it's gonna kind of do some weird stuff. That's just a piece of brick from down on Dynamite. We can move that down slightly. That's not the end of the world. And then for this one, let's make sure that that would work as well. Sure as heck. It sure will. It kind of looks weird. What if... This episode's just a whole bunch of what ifs, ain't it? But what if, for this guy, can we edit the Flume platform? I was thinking we could shorten the platform in and then put the stairs like where this portion of the platform is, right? And then the entrance would be on the bottom. So the only entrance that would be topside, where people would have to climb this staircase, would be the smallest one. So basically like the kiddie slide, right? I feel like that wouldn't be too bad. It is so incredibly difficult to get these Flume platforms aligned with the building. Hopefully the devs will add some easier way for us to be able to do stuff like that in the future. However, let's see if the staircase would look any good at all there. Oh, that's way better. Dude, that is way better. As long as the beams don't like clip through the staircase anywhere too, I feel like we'll be in business. This looks kind of funny, just because it's right up alongside another Flume platform, but we can probably look past that, I would think. So that side looks fine. How about this one though? We add another staircase right yonder. Yeah, and then down here, down under my, we've got the entrances. Granted, you can't really tell. Oh, that's the whole building. You can't really tell that they're there because kind of had that wall in the way. I prefer this over this. I mean, like I said, this design was never going to work, but that's why you kind of have to, you know, build something, check it out, test it out, see if it's going to work for you, and then if it doesn't, you try something else. Just kind of the way things go here. I'm a big fan, though. I wish the staircase was as wide as the base platform. You know what I'm saying? Just so it would kind of fill the emptiness a little bit better there. We'll go with this for now. So basically what we need to do at this point is recreate this exact structure over here, but mirrored, so that the highest one will be closest to the central building. So this will be the highest one, the middle will still be the lowest, obviously, and then the medium height one will be on the far end there. And I think the easiest way for us to be able to do that is if we just edit the building, we can duplicate it. It's going to keep the grid, the same working grid that we had, and we'll just rotate her around, place, and then reselect and split from the building. Now it's a completely separate entity. The Flume platforms, obviously, that's still going to take me a minute yet, but that was nice and simple, nice and easy. Well, I was just about to say, and now we get to do the fun parts, which is, you know, creating the actual slides. But we kind of don't have money again, so I'll just wait. I'll just wait.
One eternity later.
Surely 3,600, 3,500 bucks should be enough to get at least a couple of these slides up and going. Also, something I don't really ever pay attention to because it's a tropical climate and the weather is always beautiful, is the weather. But we also have seasons. So tomorrow you'll see it's going to be summer again, but then the next day it's going to be autumn and the temperature looks like it's going to go down almost 5 degrees. So I'm curious to see when that happens, if we'll have less guests in the pool and in the lazy river and using the slides, and maybe more back at the front on the rides. Time will tell. We're not gonna find that out today, but anywho, I'm thinking we'll do just one side or the other for now. But the slides will probably be the same. Like, this highest slide will probably be the same as this highest slide, and you know, symmetry, very important to me. I don't know why, but it is. But I think the first slide that I want to work on is this guy right here. And we're going to change this out for something a little bit different. This is the... Which one is this? Oh, and now it's gone. It's the body slide wide. We're just going to try to, you know, mix it up a little bit. Maybe this wasn't the best one to choose. I was hoping that we could do like the end of the slide that doesn't have to end in a pool. You know what I mean? Like it's sort of self-contained, but I don't think that this slide works that way. Let's place the ender for now, and then we'll switch off to maybe this one, just so we can see if that piece even exists for this style. It says can only be placed directly next to an existing station of the same type, which I don't really know what that means, to tell you the truth. But obviously we can't put the ender at the top. That would just be kind of stupid, honestly. So let's just make sure that if we were to bring it down like this, maybe bring it back up slightly, could we use those end pieces? Oh yeah. Yeah, you bet your sweet bippy we could. That's actually a really good height for that, too. We're out of money already? I thought for sure 3,500 bucks, 3,600 bucks, whatever it was that we had, was gonna be more than enough. The end piece alone for just this one is almost 700 schmackaroonies. That's insane. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to go back to fast forwarding, but I'm thinking for the wide body flume right here, what if we just kind of made our own run out with a pool? It doesn't have to be a big pool. It could just be a strip, right? Like the lazy river. And then at the end, we have either a ladder or a ramp or something. You can make staircases. I've talked about this before. You can make staircases out of pools, but it's really, really complicated and takes forever to make it look perfect. So I much rather prefer the ladders, or if we really need to, we can do just like an angled ramp in there somewhere. But yeah, we'll just do like a straight shot, basically. It doesn't need to be as long as the actual run out. And we'll have a ramp at the end, or a ladder, like I said. Wow, 24 grand. Park rating has gone up slightly, if I remember right from the last time. So that's good to see. I'm wondering if we could have this just be wading depth instead of full-on swimming depth like it is over here. Because, I mean, after all, this is the kiddie slide. We definitely don't need it to be super deep. We do have the ramp at the opposite end already, so that's looking good. But I'm going to leave the pool closed. Also, it says the pool's too small. Apparently, there's a minimum capacity of 5 guests. I didn't know about that until just now. But if we leave it closed, I'm worried that... I mean, that's going to prevent guests from just jumping in it randomly, right? But I'm worried that if we leave it closed, say a guest comes down the slide, are they going to bug out on a stack as soon as they hit the water and just be like reset to the main entrance? I guess we can test it to find that out, couldn't we? Or wait, no, because dummies probably don't work the same way. Oh, I'm still fast forwarding. Whoops. I was like, dang, they're ripping. Okay, that's nice and slow. It kind of looks like maybe we need to elongate this a little bit. Like just one more. But the wading depth, I think, is fine. Hopefully. Let's go ahead and open her on up. Testing is complete. This pool is still closed. Let's see. Finance-wise, we've got bargain pricing. $1.64. We're not going to make a killing on it, but again, it's a kiddie slide. Should be all right. I do think something that might help us here, just to kind of keep the guests moving toward that ramp on the opposite end. What if we just slapped a couple of these lazy river jets in here? You know, just kind of pointed that direction. First guest, not a child. Second guest, also not a kid. Okay, that's... And third, same deal. Interesting. I need to see another guest hit this sucker because people are walking on water here. It looks good and now it looks bad. Maybe that just has something to do with the wading depth of the pool. And they're not even going to the end like I intended them to. They're just getting out on the side here. I guess that's fine. I don't know, that's not my favorite thing. Could we shorten it then? Let's get rid of these and see if that changes anything. Maybe that's just making people, like, levitate or something. Oh, here comes an actual kid. Good. Nope, okay, it wasn't the lazy river jets. What if we just had a ladder at the end? Surely it's not that simple, right? It couldn't be that easy. Let's just do that, and we'll see where people want to go. I'm trying to get them... excuse me? Is this... The pool's still closed, lady. You definitely should not be on a floaty in there. And then this person... My goal is to have people not, you know, smack into other people. Okay, we had one person use the steps so far, or the ladder. I don't know. Does it really matter? Probably not. Oh, see, that was perfect. Holy, 6,300 bucks out of nowhere. Surely that's not just due to the slide, right? I mean, it only costs how much? $1.64 to ride. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the slide, but that's good. I mean, we should have enough money to maybe finish the other ones. I don't know. Oh no. Oh no, dude, it took me so dang long just to get it to this point. I had to delete a whole bunch of the path just that way, you know, we'd be able to put the run out down there. It kept saying that there was some terrain issue. So I got rid of the path, placed it, replaced the path, and it works, but The test dummies don't exactly stay in the Flume, which is a problem. That means our guests won't either. So back to the drawing board on this one. How about now? There we go. Okay, that's way better. Wait, do they all have goggles on? That's amazing. Even the test dummies, though they don't have arms, they do have goggles. Gotta protect those eyeballs, right? So, let's go ahead and open this one up. We'll check our finances. Let's just put that to bargain as well. 667, that is much better than the little kitty one we have there in the center. I didn't really want to do like 2 spirals. I was trying to keep it as elevated through this section as possible, just like our little kitty slide. That way guests could still, you know, walk underneath and still utilize this portion of the path. They can't really do that anymore. They're gonna have to walk all the way around this way or all the way around this way. It is what it is. For now, though, I'm happy with the design. I mean, at least it's gonna make us a little bit more money, right? That's always good. But I'm gonna fast forward here until we get our very first guest who's down to ride the sucker. And there it is. All right, well, he's got to climb the staircase now. Wait for it. All right, here he goes. Our first victim, customer. What? You guys saw that, right? My guy was floating. They're all gonna do that. They're like floating on the surface of that for some reason. That's interesting. And then they just exit real quick like. You don't even see them do it. They do it so fast. Are we gonna have somebody else come down? There we go. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. That looks a little how you going, as they say down under. But we're gonna move on. I've already wasted like 30 minutes, close to an hour actually, on just the one curly Q slide right there. So let's do the big boy over here next. So even this one is doing the weird thing where the guests and the test dummies just kind of float on the surface of the end piece. I don't think that's by design. That's gotta be a nasty bug. But let's go ahead and open it up and we'll see how she does. We can fast forward, of course. Oh, also, bargain pricing. That's cheap. That is really cheap for what it is. I mean, it's near vertical, right? It can't be perfectly straight down, but that's like a 70-degree slope there, and then gradually goes back to zero. Yo, check out the lines that are starting to form on those Q staircases, though. That's a sight to see. I'll tell you what, that makes me very, very happy to see that. We've got $5,700 chilling in the back pockets, which is also good to see. No staff member available for Body Flume 31. Dude, that's like the best one, though. It's not the most profitable, but arguably the coolest looking one. We're not going to worry about that right meow. So, basically what we need to do now is replicate these 3 slides over to the opposite side as well.
Many, many minutes later.
And just like that, ladies and gents, the deed is officially done. I'm not gonna lie, this side came together much easier than the other. I mean, that makes sense though, right? We were kind of troubleshooting over here. By the time we got to this side, I sort of already knew what height and length everything needed to be. I'm not super stoked about the platforms for the Flumes though. For whatever reason, you can see it's more of like a magenta or maroon color there. The platform should be black. Obviously, it's not. So I don't know. Maybe the Flumes are just kind of having a day. You know, they've got some issues for sure. But the staircases are all blacked out now. Dude, it looks so good. Oh, and then I did the supports in black as well. If you guys could do me a solid and maybe help me come up with a better color scheme for the slides, that would be pretty sick. I tend to usually just do like a red, green, blue, or maybe instead of green, we'll do a yellow. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments, of course. You know what we really need to do is ride these dang things. Oh, wait. We're gonna have to wait. Also, that's not supposed to be that texture. We're gonna have to wait for a guest. What is that? What's the water thing about? What's going on there? Is that... Oh, dude, we don't even have enough filter capacity, I don't think. Hang on. What does this say? Add a water facility. No clean water. Like, at all? Do our filters just not reach? They don't. Neither one of them do. Awesome. Glad we just figured that out. Okay, so, real quick like then, we're going to grab another water filter. And actually, you know what? We should edit this building first so we can utilize its grid. I mean, I know we have empty space back in here, so we might as well squeeze a couple more filters back here. And then all we need to do now is just connect that filter to this one, and this one to this one. Oh, also, check this out. I've got the little control panel smack dab in the center of that archway. I thought that looked nice. Back into first person mode. Wait, no! I just missed my chance. Just missed my chance. Hang on, there's another kid coming to ride this sucker. It does kind of suck that you have to wait until a guest is where you're standing just to use the dang slide, but there you go. That's the kiddie one. And then let's go ahead and head around the back here. Climb the steps. We'll hop in line for the next one. I'm sorry, what? It just skipped the slide entirely. Maybe I need to wait. Okay. And now we'll get in. This time for sure. There it is. Just a little buggy. Not that big of a deal, just a little buggy. And we're hovering all the way to the end. Beautiful. Last but certainly not least, we've got the scariest one right here. 3, 2, 1. There it is. See, it's not very long. It's just the fact that it's so steep. I guess that's maybe making it a little bit scarier. And again, people aren't really willing to pay that much to ride it or to slide down it. But with $15,000 chilling in the back pocket, I feel like that's probably where we're going to have to wind things down at for today. So once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.